This is the Stihl RZ760iK, and I've been using this mower throughout the season and putting quite a few hours on it, and I wanted to give you guys my feedback on what I do and do not like about this mower. Now, before I get all the comments about how this is just a repainted Ferris mower, there are a couple key differences of maybe why you would want to buy the Stihl over a Ferris. So first, let's cover the basic specs of this mower. This mower is the 60-inch, which has the 10-gauge fabricated deck. It's powered by the Kawasaki 26 horsepower EFI engine with the electronic throttle control. Goes 10 miles an hour forward and 5 miles an hour back. It has 2 USB-A charging ports, and of course, its biggest feature is the all-around suspension. Now, if you want to know more specifics of this mower, I'll be sure to leave a link down below, which will take you to the Stihl website, and you guys can get all the other information of the mower there. Now, let's dive into why you guys clicked on this mower and cover the pros and cons. Now, the biggest key feature and selling point of these mowers are their suspension, but the suspension for me was kind of a love-hate relationship. So if you're only planning on side discharging and mulching, the suspension is really smooth and it's really great for that. Where I found the biggest drawback of the suspension was with the bagging system. So due to the additional weight of the counterweights up in the front, the weight of the grass and the catching system in the back, you do have to adjust all 4 shocks. Now, the issue that I noticed with the suspension was in the turning. So if you're either doing a 3-point turn or if you were to turn around on any kind of a slope, when you go to back up, the weight shifts forward and the deck kind of scalps into the grass. So one thing I started doing to kind of counter this was lifting up the deck slightly when I go to turn. But this kind of presented another issue with me, which is that the seat, the cutoff switch is pretty sensitive. So any kind of lifting of the weight off to kind of lift up the deck would cause the engine to want to shut down. So it was this constant back and forth every time I turn, lift the deck up, the engine would want to shut down. It just was kind of a headache. So I don't know if it's just the mower that I have that's very sensitive or just the mowers in general, but that is something to kind of look into. Now, one of the first key differences I noticed when using the Stihl mower compared to other mowers I either own or operate is how stiff the hydros and the controllers are. So for me, I've been using Hustlers for many years and I do like how smooth the controls are. I can operate and kind of do everything really with one hand. But the controllers overall, the hydros are a lot stiffer. And so there are some guys that kind of prefer that. So I don't know if this is really a pro or con. For me, it's more of a con. I like more of a smoother hydro. So let me know down below which one you guys would prefer. Now, the overall cut quality of this mower is really good. Last year, I demoed the 52-inch deck, and I noticed that the cut quality on that one wasn't as good. It would, under thick grass, leave these streaks where the spindles were, and it was just really annoying where it was requiring me to double cut. This one is a lot better than that one, mostly because from what I was told, the blades do overlap a little bit, and this is a different design deck. So I had the previous year model of deck design, and so this is the newer one, and it is a lot better than the 52-inch. Now, I do have the striping kit installed on this mower. I didn't really notice too big of a difference with the striping kit versus without. If you double cut your grass, you're clearly gonna notice it, but for me, I like to cut my grass really low, and so you don't really see as much of the striping, and it's not really big around here, but it was very simple to install. It took no more than 10 minutes, and I think it took like 5 or 6 bolts, and very simple to do. So if that's something that you guys are wanting to install on your mower, it does have that feature. Now, the overall control layout of this mower is just perfect. As you guys can see, everything is right here. All the important things that you need, so you're not having to go left and right for adjusting stuff. So of course you got your light on and off switch. You got your PTO, you got your throttle control, key, parking brake, you got your deck height adjustment levers. You do have a gas gauge on this side, and you have another one on this side. Then over here, you just have your USB Type-C charging ports, cup holders, and that is it. Now, the only problem that I had with the control layout was the electronic throttle control. My biggest issue with this is that there's no indicator to show you that you are at full RPM. So on a typical throttle control, you have a lever that you push all the way forward, and you know when it's all the way forward, you are at full RPM. This one does not have that. You have to push an electronic button or hold it for it to go to reach maximum RPM. Now, the issue that I have with this is if there's a new guy hopping on the mower, or sometimes maybe you just think that you pushed it all the way and you didn't, you don't know if you're operating at full RPM. So if there was some way to add some kind of a gauge to know that you were at full operating RPM, that would be great. But that's my only kind of beef that I have with that. Now, one thing I wish more mowers would have is the built-in parking brake. This is the one thing I've been years spoiled with my Hustler, where they for years had the patent on the parking brake where you open the levers to put it into park. This one with the Stihl, you can't go very far because the parking brake is literally blocked by one of the levers, the right lever. And so in order for you to move forward, you have to disengage that. So it would just be nice to see more built-in parking brakes. And like I said, that's one of my favorite features of the Hustler as well. Now the deck height adjustment is another one of my favorites. What I do like is that there is a hole for each cutting height and they are in 1/4 inch increments. And so it's very simple. I can easily tell my guy cut at 3 1/4 inch and there's a hole, he drops it down in there and good to go. Whereas my Hustler, you have to actually they have this flange, they have to flip backwards or forward to add in the 1/4 inch. So it can get very confusing very fast. I just want to quickly adjust my decks as fast as possible. So being able to tell my guys throw it at this height and it's very simple and easy to see is a good plus. Now my overall impression of this mower is this. It's a good mower. If you're planning on mulching or side discharging, I would highly recommend it. But if you're planning on bagging, this mower is just not set up for that. Because of the 4 shocks all around, like I said, you're constantly having that problem with the scalping. Even guys that have owned Ferris mowers that have done the correct adjustments to counter the weight of the bagging system say that it still scalps. And this is where the kind of the biggest drawback and issue with this mower is. Now it comes to what is the biggest key difference between this mower and a Ferris? Because they are the same, right? Well, there's a couple reasons why you might want to go with the Stihl. For instance, the color, of course, is the most obvious one. If you like white and orange, then you're going to go with Stihl. If you like the red, you're going to go with Ferris. The biggest reason, or one of the biggest reasons where I've seen guys switch over to Stihl versus the Ferris is because of the financing. Currently at the making of this video, Stihl is offering 0% interest on their brand new mowers where Ferris is not offering those kind of deals. And so a lot of guys from the comments and the messages I've received said that they went with the Stihl solely because of the 0% interest in financing, which makes a lot of sense. But really the biggest difference that you're gonna see is, does your dealer even sell them, right? So here in the Pacific Northwest, especially here in Washington, Ferris is not big. Yes, we have dealers, and about a year ago, I was looking at purchasing a Ferris, and I called around to 4 or 5 dealers within a 4-hour drive time from me, and none of them had any commercial units at all, because they are just not popular out here. And if I wanted to get a commercial unit, I would have to purchase it before I can demo it, and they wouldn't let me demo. The only company that would allow me to demo their unit only would let me demo it in the parking lot, which just does not work. So if you have a dealer and they sell Stihl mowers, then clearly you're gonna go with the Stihl. But if they have a Ferris, then you're gonna go with the Ferris. So it really comes down to dealer support as well. So I hope this video helped you guys, and I hope I covered all the main key features that you're looking for in this mower. If there isn't, or if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. And like I said, check out the description box if you have more information or want more information about this mower. I'll be sure to leave a link down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on Ambrose Landscaping.